The first transit that we are talking about is happening today, and that is Mars entering Libra at 7:23 p.m. Eastern Time. So depending on your time zone, this may be happening overnight for you. It may be happening early tomorrow morning, or it's not happening in the evening. It's happening in your afternoon. So for me, it's happening this evening. From the time of us recording this, it's approximately 9 hours out. So you can think about it like that. Whenever Mars changes signs, we're thinking about the symbols for Mars: action, motivation, drive, passion. So what's moving us forward, or what we're looking to chase, in a way, pursue. And Libra is the sign of balance, harmony. It's the scales, fairness, justice in that sense. Also romance, relationships, beauty, aesthetics. It's Venus ruled. Now, there's a couple things to note here. And one of them is that Mars rules the sign of Aries. It also is the traditional ruler for Scorpio, but it rules the sign of Aries, and Aries and Libra are sister signs. And what that means is that Mars is in its detriment in Libra, meaning it is deeply unhappy and dysfunctional when it is in Libra. So yes, we're going to have our motivations, our passions, our drives shifting in this month and change ahead, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go according to plan, or we have to be mindful to follow what our passions, drives, motivations are doing, because they might not be coming from 100% the most true north place, because it's a little off kilter, because it feels out of its depths. So you can consider whenever a planetary ruler of a sign is in the sister sign, the opposite sign, that it's the farthest from home. So it's domiciles when it's at home. So when it's the farthest from home, it's like, oh, I don't even know how to navigate here. And that's how you can think of what Mars is doing over the next month and change. Mars is going to be in Libra from today until September 22nd. And for historical context, if you want to look back to get an idea of what it might be like for you from now until mid to late September, you can revisit September 27th through October 11th of 2023. So that was the last time that Mars was transiting through Libra. For these weeks ahead, we can expect more of an abrupt shift. Because Mars is a planet of action, you're more likely to just kind of dive in and jump in right away in what we're motivated to start. Remember, Aries is an initiator, a cardinal sign. Libra is a cardinal sign too. So we want to just go forward and do something. So we could want to start a project, or make a change, or just make progress. We want to see the needle moving. Again, we're thinking about our drive. We're thinking about our motivations. So we're fusing those ideas together of Mars and Libra. Maybe the thing that we want to start or change or move the needle in is balance, or ensuring that there's justice or fairness, or creating peace. So we could be trying to balance something out in our lives, starting a new hobby or habit or routine or something that brings us more peace, that brings more beauty into our lives, that supports our relationships. And those are just the general themes of the signs. So of course you want to layer on the house or houses that are in Libra within your chart, because as an example, you could be looking at where to strike a balance, what you want to start, what you want to make progress in for fairness, justice, peace, harmony, etc., or smoother relationships in that certain area of life. because it doesn't necessarily mean all relationships are romantic. It can be types of relationships maybe that you have with habits, routines, finances, or it's with certain types of people within your life. Libra is in my 4th house. So that is looking at family, foundations, ancestry, privacy, kind of inner worlds, etc. And that could mean that I'm wanting to take action, make progress in balancing out my home life or how I'm connecting with my family members, specifically parents, and maybe doing anything at home, like something with housework or making changes or redecorating or something like that. Lots of different options of things that I could all of a sudden decide, let me harness this energy. I want to tackle that. Or you kind of do it inadvertently. You're not even trying to follow the energy. You just start getting really drawn to those activities or dynamics. All right, so we have Libra in the 12th house. So in some ways, a little bit similar to 4th house, but we're thinking about isolation. So spending time alone. So maybe you're looking at your relationship, in this case, with yourself, with your soul work. So you could be focusing, moving the needle on any development that you have, personal, spiritual, introspective development over the next several weeks. And trying to create more love, harmony, balance. And it doesn't have to be a routine. Again, this isn't Saturn. We're not building something that's lasting. We're just moving the needle, getting something started, getting something going, and to be in progress. For 3rd house, this is communication, also kind of local, so family, neighborhood, short distance travel. So you could be taking day trips. You could be talking to siblings if you have any. You could be thinking about how you speak or write or what you share or how you are communicating. Is your communication effective? So we're not ruminating and reflecting. That's what a Mercury retrograde is doing. So we already have that in a different area of our chart, but we are taking different actions in this space. So maybe we're trying something new. We're like, let me just try a new tactic with how I talk to people. Let me have that conversation that I've been putting off. Those are some examples. 10th house, that's looking at career. So long-term career and reputation, how you're seen by other people. So you could be taking action, saying, I'm going to complete this project. I'm going to have that conversation with my boss or manager about that promotion. I am going to move the needle on a certain initiative or, do something with my resume, signing up for something, engaging in something to facilitate progress for my general career arc. Not even necessarily specific to this role, but like looking at the big picture. And also it could be striking out somewhere. So because it has to do with visibility and your reputation, maybe you are deciding to do something that is very visible and will have eyes on you. For the 11th house, it's looking at friends, networking, and your moon is there. So Tina, you can look for the degree point that your moon is at, and you can use a tool like AstroSeek or Time Nomad, any sort of astrological timer, and you can fast forward it to figure out the exact day that Mars is passing over your moon sign. And that would be a day that you'd want to look out for potentially aggression or not having an emotional filter because it's impulsive. So you could be particularly emotionally volatile is kind of how it's coming in. So if you are just aware of that day, then thinking about, what is it that you're going to do to kind of protect yourself and others, in case you're just like not really feeling the best that day, and or you're just like feeling really agitated or like not in a good mood or like annoyed by everything and then not having the filter. So then you just say something about it. So that would be probably what you want to watch for that moon conjunction. But overall, when you are thinking about Mars moving through Libra in the 11th house, that is gaining new friends, joining a group or a network, trying to connect with other people, or progress in developing friendships or clubs or anything like that. So it could be outreach, just that simple outreach, putting yourself out there, joining something, attending something. And it also is social media as well in the 11th house. So maybe you are creating a platform or profile somewhere, setting something up. So, in general, we really can harness the Mars energy to our benefit by starting something we've been putting off or that we know we really should do. And it just empowers us to make that move and really go for it. Yeah, perfect.